take back again, starting next, not doing fall, but doing spring.
Yeah, that's what I talked to health service about. He's doing spring. We want to tie that in with the spring cleaning. Bring in truck for you can bring it. Put it in a recycle.
That's a good idea.
So we're going to do, and that helps source water.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you talk to health source?
No, Kroger was wanting us to do their take back. Oh. So I had to find out who our pharmaceutical person was. And
What's his name?
Yeah, or not, retired. So that, I ended up finding out the girl, and she said I was not ready to do it for the fall. She said they're going to do it. Well, let me know if you need anything.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and start. Hi everyone, let's go ahead and get started.
Yeah, he parks overnight. He's gone most of the time during the day, so I know he lives around.
Okay, good evening. My name is Rick Metter, and I am a board member of the Mt.Washington Community Council. Our president, Priscilla, is in France, so I'm going to step in and pinch hit as part of the MC, and then Margot, our vice president, will come up here at some point and relieve me. So if you all would please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay, quick housekeeping. Roll call if you are a Mt.Washington Community Council board member. Please raise your hand. 2, 3, 4, 5. So we do have a quorum. Approval of September's meeting minutes. Julie, were those sent out?
Yes, they were sent out and put on the agenda.
Okay. Hopefully you all had a chance to take a glance at that. Can I have a motion to approve the September minutes? Margot has a motion, and can I have a second? Bob Lederer has a second. Is there any discussion? If there is no discussion, all in favor? Opposed? Thank you. Let's move on to the adoption of tonight's agenda. Can I have a motion for that?
I motion. I'll second.
Okay. I had Teddy with the motion, Nikki with the second. Is there any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Okay, next on our list is approval of the treasurer's report. Julie, you have the treasurer's report?
Yes, I do. John is on the road for work right now. Okay, thank you. John Young, our treasurer, is on the road for work right now. So a quick summary is we had $1,397 come into our account. That's income from Kroger, Pumpkin Chuck, and a little bit of interest. We paid out $2,175 in NSP charges, and so we now have a balance in our checking account of $7,699, and our savings account has a little bit more than $19,000. So we'll need someone to make a motion to approve it. Second it.
Motion to approve this month's treasurer's report. Brian, motion to approve. Can I have a second? Gary, for a second. All in favor, or excuse me, discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Let's move on to, first I need to give a quick update on NSP, which is part of the treasurer's report. If you remember NSP, Neighborhood Support Program, we received $10,000 from the city to spend. And so I just want to give a quick update where we are as far as spending that money. And we are rounding third and coming home. So far, we have spent $9,287.24. Things that money was spent on is this wonderful equipment, which is broadcasting this meeting on Facebook and YouTube. We also spent money, the business district. We had a lot of rain this summer, and that made a lot of weeds grow in the business district. So we spent about $3,100 with landscaping, trying to keep our business district look presentable. And then we have spent so far $3,520 on preparing for, get ready, pumpkin chuck, heads up, here they come. And we also spent $500 on Julie's cemetery historical tour, which if you missed that, it's just fascinating. It was a really great event. So that's where we're at on NSP. We will be finalizing spending the rest of the money and doing so many reports. Lord help me. And also, keep in mind, we are starting to brainstorm for projects for 2026 NSP. We're starting earlier this year, so we have a little more time to think about what we want to do, how we want to spend the money. So if you have any ideas how we could spend that money in our community, catch me or catch one of the board members after this meeting. Send an email to info@mwcc.org. Let us know what your thoughts are so we can take those into consideration. With that, for any questions? Okay. First responders, Officer Martin.
Hello, everybody. Last current 28 days, there was a total of 10 crimes, so that's pretty good for your guys' size community. Part 1, violent crimes, which is crimes against a person. There were 2. One of them was a rape. It's a known person. That's all I'm really going to say about it because it's kind of sensitive. And there was a felonious assault that occurred, and it was in front of police, and the suspect caused serious physical harm to the victim. Again, it's someone's privacy, so I won't go too much into it. You guys had a total of 6 thefts. 2 of them were out of the same apartment complex. So I'm going to meet with the landlord and talk to them about better security in their building and getting a camera in the common ways, because I looked back and there's quite a few thefts that occurred in that building. So, and then 2 were businesses and 2 were victims declined prosecution, but we took the report anyways. There was 2 theft from autos, and those 2, an arrest was made in one of them, and the belongings were recovered from Covington PD. It was a purse that was taken, there was an air tag inside of it, and they were able to track it down. So that's all the crime that you guys had. Like I said, I think you guys have been doing pretty good on the crime-wise. Also, Halloween's coming up, so just be aware of your guys' surroundings. You guys see something, this is your guys' neighborhood. You guys see something that doesn't look normal, call us. If you guys need immediate attention, 911. If it's something you just want to bring to our attention, just email me, call me. I think everybody has my info by now. And that is it. Anybody got questions, concern, comments for me? Thank you very much. Boom, mic drop.
Thank you, Officer Martin. Okay, let's bring up Bob Wetterer with the Kirk. What is the Kirk? CURC, Community Urban Redevelopment Corporation.
This Saturday, spaghetti dinner. Oh, you like these mics, don't you? This Saturday, spaghetti dinner, which supports the water tower. I think everybody likes it. I haven't heard no real complaints, thank God. So, and it'll be changing again. It'll stay this till Halloween. Then after that, it'll turn to recyclables. And good news on that front, tomorrow they're installing all new recyclable bins in Mt.Washington. So.
About the recyclable bins. Do people really put recyclables in the recyclables and the other stuff in the other stuff, or is it just?
I think they do a little both. Some of them just don't pay common sense. But they're blue this time because they were too close to the black, and that's probably why your problem hit. So the green blended with the black. So now they've changed them to blue. So we'll see what they do, but at least it'll be prettier than the green ones that are wore out. And we're trying to get them to eventually take and trade us our blacks, have them recoated so they look nice too. Okay? So this is spaghetti dinner this Saturday. The next one's November 15th, and then the one with Santa Claus is December 20th. And they're all at the Methodist Church next to Sands. They donate that, and all my sponsors pay for everything, so it's all a pure profit to the tower. Thank you all.
Thank you, Bob. Up next, Mt.Washington Schools. Nikki.
Hi, guys. We have a packed agenda, so I'll keep this short. There's a lot happening in the neighborhood. Hopefully everyone else talks about those things. Please come out and visit because the schools will be participating. So for example, the trunk or treat is a phenomenal event here at the rec center. Our kids always have a really good time. If you can come and just be another grown-up, it's always fun. The kids are adorable. I'll be the one dressed up as a fisherman. The original pumpkin chuck, because apparently there's now two, our choir will be singing. So if you plan on being there, please come early. They go on the stage right at noon. And so our choir will be doing that performance. My big ask for you tonight is we are, I think, the only Cincinnati public school that has an operating library that is run by volunteers. Every other school, this is a paid position that's called a media specialist. Unfortunately, our budget does not allow us to have that position. No big deal. We have a small army of volunteers that are dedicated and come Wednesdays and Thursday mornings to help our kids pick out books. I'm in need of a couple of more library volunteers. If you are interested, please call the school. Just ask for me. It's a really fun group of ladies. That's not to say I won't take a gentleman. That's 100% fine. They are so devoted and have been there, all of them, long since before I started at Mt.Washington School. And it seems like it's time to start looking for new additions. So again, if you're interested in coming and helping our kids check out books inside of our school library, I'd greatly appreciate it. The commitment does not have to be both mornings, it does not have to be every week. We are flexible. Any questions for me? Awesome.
Thank you, Nikki. Up next, Sands Montessori. And I don't know your name.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Marcella Lamb. I am the resource coordinator for Sands Montessori School. I want to say hello, first of all. This is my first meeting. I've been trying to make it, but sometimes life gets in the way. But what I want to tell you about Sands, which is a great Montessori school, we're doing a fundraiser right now, and it's called the Fun Run. We started the fundraiser exactly 10 days ago. I set a goal for $17,000. As of yesterday morning, it had doubled. As of today's date, we're over at $35,000. Thank you. But the reason I bring that up is because, as I said in the meeting I was in yesterday, it took more than the two hands that I have on my body to do it. It took parents that believed in what it is we were doing, grandparents, aunts, everybody came together to see that our fundraiser was successful, and it's for the children, and I advocate for them. I started at Sands as a security guard. Prior to that, I retired from Cincinnati Police Department after 35 years. I was a civilian. I was an admin, but God had something else planned for me to do, and it was fundraising. And my job was to bridge the gap between the community and the police officers. It was important to me as a mother, as a grandmother, and as a wife that when you walked down the street, you knew who your community officer was. It was very important to me. And so I started creating programs doing that. And I retired, and I thought I was going to go home and sit. But the Lord said, no, it's something else for you to do. So I went into security for CPS, and I was with angels all day, the little bitty angels. And I'm like, thank you, Lord. But he had something else for me to do. He moved me from that position into a position where I can see Sands grow. And that's what I want to do. And I can't do it without the help of the community. So as I look at you today, know that when we come to you, we ask for what we need. We don't ask for anything more than that. And we have integrity. And it's just so important. I thank you, and this won't be the last meeting. You'll see me again, and I'm not running for office.
And I'll hold you to that. We'll see you again. Okay, next on the list is Jason with the Cincinnati Recreation Commission.
Hi, everybody. Mine is going to be really, really short, really quick this month for you. Our Trunk or Treat event is in 2 weeks. If anybody is interested and willing and able to come and pass out candy and things, we'll take a list at the front desk on your way out if you want to just leave your name and your phone number, just so we have a way of getting in contact with you in case you don't show up. We can track you down. Aside from that, we also are doing the Luminary event again. That's going to be on December 14th. We've got save the date cards up at the front desk here for you if you guys are interested in that. We will be selling the kits this year. The 10-pack of kits would be $10, so we'll sell those in packs of 10 this year. Other than that, we're kind of same old as what we were last month and looking forward to going into the next month. So does anybody have any questions with anything? Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, Jason. Next up, another acronym, the CDC. Can anyone tell me what the CDC stands for?
You tested me. Mt.Washington, the CDC, Community Development Corporation. My name is Jim Tucker. The only update we have for you this month is all of our projects are now kind of being updated as and when we have information to give to you. So if you go to, I'm going to make sure I'm reading this to get it right, mwcdc.net. If you go to that page, you will find all of our projects that we are currently working on, and as and when we get new updates, we will put them onto that. Okay? Any questions? Beautiful. Okay.
Thank you, Jim. Another acronym, SPAC, S-P-A-C. Anybody? Stanbury Park Advisory Council. Is there anyone here with a report from SPAC? if nothing else, you're getting great information on the acronyms in Mount Washington. Okay, next up on my list very quickly, I've got some information on the American Legion, Post 484. Saturday, the 18th, is the Craft Boutique and also Horseshoe Tournament. Let's pray for good weather. Also, the Legion has a new food vendor, Tip Top Wings and Fish. I haven't tried it yet, but be sure and go in and give them a try. Is it good? Great. Great. Okay. Library, the Mount Washington Library. Anyone here for an update on the Mount Washington Library?
It's just one quick update. It'll just be real quick.
Yeah. Paul Birch couldn't be here. He's our head librarian, and it's just basically that they're on schedule to reopen in February of 2026. Okay. Yeah. There we go. Okay.
Thank you, Julie. Okay, now we go to general business. There are a slew of guest speakers in this room, so buckle up. Guest speakers, I'm old, I go to bed early, and I want to keep that, so we are going to limit you to 3 minutes each. So let's get started. First up, Don Driehaus.
Thank you. I had to bring the hat. The hat's become part of what I've been doing all summer, been out all summer. I'm happy to be out here in Mount Washington. It's a great neighborhood. I was out here on Sunday, walking door to door, talking to the people. Beautiful neighborhood, good people. I think we're down to the nitty-gritty here. Right now, it seems to me when I go around Cincinnati, to the many neighborhoods in Cincinnati, people feel neglected. They feel that the neighborhoods themselves are just not being heard. That the council is spending too much time downtown. And honestly, with what's going on downtown, they're going to be preoccupied with what's going on downtown. I'm here with the Charter Committee. Our motto is Charter for Change. If you're happy with the current council, if you're happy with the current state of your in relationship with this council, then we don't need change. But where I'm from on the west side, we think we need some change. And from what I'm hearing in Mount Washington, and I'm hearing in Pleasant Ridge, and I'm hearing in College Hill, and I'm hearing in neighborhoods all around the city, that it's time for a change. And the way to make that change is to vote. Voting started, Election Day is November 4th. I would appreciate your vote. We would appreciate your vote. And I've been out here in Mount Washington, and I'll plan to come back. But I'm going to tell you what I've heard here is your development corporation, there's some issues. I've heard that we need speed bumps and traffic calming. We're going to pay attention. We're going to work on those problems immediately when we get on council. So we appreciate your vote. Look forward to working with the good people in Mount Washington and listening to your needs and what you have to say. So again, thank you, and Charter for Change, and we have signs over here if you'd like. So I appreciate your vote, and it's good to be here in Mount Washington. Thank you.
Thank you, Don. Ryan James. But your t-shirts say Ryan James. But talking to them guys.
Thank you. I never get to go second. I'm kind of the new guy to the table here, so this is awesome. My name is Ryan James. I'm running for Cincinnati City Council, as my gentleman here shirts say in the front. I am. Stand up. They're making it happen. That's my team. Be nice to them. But yeah, my name is Ryan James. I'm running for Cincinnati City Council. This is an arrival for me. This is my first time running for office, so I will say a little bit about me is I grew up in a family supported by a small business led by my single mother. Unfortunately, that small business crashed in 2008. Because of that, her and I experienced homelessness for a little over a year. It was a demoralizing experience and in a situation that I have a deep understanding for. We actually got back on our feet when she got employed as a public school teacher. And then I knew that when I went off to school, I had to do one thing, and that's make sure that my career was focused on the greater good, or else my mom was going to kick my butt. So I will say that this has been the work that I've been focused on my entire career. I recently stepped down as the Director of Strategy for the Greater Cincinnati United Way. Before that, I worked with Easter Seals and Talbot House, helping folks who had shared time with the U.S. prison system gain access to the workforce. And before that, the Children's Offense Fund, leading youth programs for low-income young people. I actually, an experience I don't point to a lot, I actually used to work for Invest in Neighborhoods as well. I heard a little giggle here. If you don't know, Invest in Neighborhoods is like the United Nations for neighborhood councils. Not to say we always use it or are always able to lean on it, but whoever is responsible for administering your NSB funds or reporting to Invest in Neighborhoods for your NSB funds, that's a process I am deeply familiar with, but I also understand that in that light, our neighborhood councils are deeply underutilized in a lot of situations. I think the city can do a better job at uplifting neighborhood level voice. I think we need to do that through our neighborhood councils. I think the first commitment we can make is more funding. I'm sure you know, the basic beautification, the Gardener 2 you're able to do. I'm excited to come to the Pumpkin Chuck for the first time, but that funding and those resources are not enough. So I think we need to do more to uplift neighborhood voice. I will say our campaign slogan here is we are working for working people. We are trying to bring economic opportunity to our residents, whether you're in a position of trying to survive in the city or you're at a point where you're trying to thrive in the city. I think you deserve the resources you need. And my name is Ryan James, running for Cincinnati City Council, endorsed by the Democratic Party. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ron. Next on my list, Lakita Cole. I didn't see you, and you were just right in front of me.
Hi, how are you doing? Good evening. It is great to be back here. We were the Charter Committee were here a couple months ago. 2 months ago. So it is great to be back here, particularly for Kennedy's Forum. As you know, I'm running on the Charter Change ticket. So how many of you ready for change? Y'all ready for change? Okay, so this is all about. This is what the Charter Change ticket is all about, bringing change to what's needed. I'm running again, as I said before, because as the Vice President of the Bonnet Hill Community Council, I was also the former President of the Community Council. One of the things we continue to hear is they felt like some members of council were not listening, and it was time for a change for us to make sure that we have someone down there who is willing to bring collaborative spirit, making sure that we bring the citizens together, developers together, the young people together, and give them an opportunity, which is the O stands for, an opportunity to have a seat at the table to really figure out what is going on and how we can get to a solution. But we also need leaders who are willing to listen and sit there and use their 2 ears and 1 mouth to listen twice as much as they speak, so we can hear from what you all would like to do in your neighborhood, in your community. And the E is for effective leaders. One of the things that I learned from here, and I'll tell you, because y'all were talking about your CDC and how they were going rogue, and I will tell you thank you so much, because as I explained to you, we were getting ready to do our CDC in Bond Hill, and so I took what you all did here, what was going on here, and made sure that they were in our bylaws for our CDC that's just now getting started. We just passed it to get started, but we just did their bylaws. And so it's important. That's one of the things I'm talking about in terms of overhauling, in terms of community councils, and making sure that we can actually use and work with each other to figure out the good things and the bad things. You know, what we learned from you all in terms of our CDC is very helpful. So if we making sure that we have a collaborative spirit in terms of bringing all of our community councils together, so that we all don't fall down that same pit that same pitfall, and making sure that we continue to work together and come together like we did with the Hyde Park issue. Many of the community councils came together. And this is what it's really all about. It's about making sure that we are bringing legislation, making sure that we are working with our community and not against our community. And that's what I'm all about, doing that. Right now we have a crime issue, and I will tell you, there is a multi-level function that needs to happen. We can't just police our way out of this. We have to make sure that we're looking at the root causes. And some of the things that are root causes is the opportunities, the lack of opportunities for our young people, giving them an opportunity to be at sit at the table and figure out what's going on and what the issue is. And so I know we got 30 seconds, but I just wanted to make sure that we're bringing our young people to the table, because what you'll find is they lack the opportunities in terms of jobs. They don't want just a fast food job. They want a career path. They want something. So we need to reach out to our businesses like FC, Kroger's, our universities, our colleges, our city hall, and bringing them together to make sure that we find a solution for everything. Again, I'm running on a charter change ticket. If you want to vote smarter, vote for charter. My name's Lakita Cole. When you go to the poll, vote for Cole.
Thank you. Scotty Johnson.
I'm set, so I'm the next one.
Oh, you're the next one. Okay.
Yep.
Yes, you are.
Yes, yeah.
No, Scotty? Okay.
Well, so Scotty asked me to let you all know that he had a car accident on his. I understand. So 3 for Scotty. So Scotty's opening. He had a car accident. He says he's okay, but he's not able to make it out here. He lives in Mount Airy, so I imagine it was along the commute. So he sends his apologies, and I will make sure that he knows you all are worried about him. And I did check in on him. He says he's okay. So I'm not Scotty. I am Seth Walsh, the next one on your agenda. Before being appointed to City Council in 2022, I was working in the neighborhood of College Hill, running their redevelopment corporation. So if you've been to College Hill lately, all the work along Hamilton Avenue really was made possible because of the community. And I just got to be the pretty face that came in and completed the projects after 20 years of hard work. And I had a blast. But before working in College Hill, trying to bring the vision to life, the corners of Hamilton, North Bend, and then the southern end of the business district, I was in the neighborhood of Sedamsville. And the neighborhood of Sedamsville, if you haven't been there, is horribly neglected. At the time, we had to even work to get a slumlord dislodged. We weren't able to legally get dislodged until after I left College Hill 7 years later. And one of the reasons I came to City Hall was because, frankly, there's more neighborhoods facing the reality that Sedamsville does than there are College Hill. Where College Hill had a lot of opportunity and was able to make things happen, Sedamsville felt left behind. And it didn't feel like there was a path for a lot of neighborhoods to see that vision. And that's why I wanted to go join City Council. It's one of the things I'm most proud of our work on City Council, and I've had a blast being able to work with various neighborhoods, actually taking on the problems that they are facing. Pleasant Ridge, for example, with what I would argue one of the most dangerous intersections there with Ridge and Montgomery, being able to actually get traffic calming down. I know Councilmember Jeffries has been working on that as well. We're going to be getting that funded here, hopefully in the next couple of months, to really be able to reduce the traffic, but also help with some strategic acquisitions that are going to ultimately allow them to rebuild the business district as well as how it used to be. And so these parking lots that currently exist there. Similarly, Saylor Park is a neighborhood on the furthest west side where we're able to help working with their park. Being able to get that brought back to life, it's really become the centerpiece of their community. They have one of the best Oktoberfests in the city of Cincinnati. If you haven't been, I highly recommend going there, and they're coming out here for Pumpkin Chunk. It's things like that. You guys are seeing it here with Mt.Washington with the senior affordable housing development that's happening in partnership because of the Quick Strike acquisition that we were able to help make a reality. These are projects that neighborhoods have come to us about. I understand there's probably some concerns about it, which we're looking in as well around some of the stabilization issues that exist. 30 seconds. I thought I had 2-3 minutes for both of us. All right, well, we'll go with it. But these are areas that we want to get involved with and then have conversations in the community, find where there are concerns, and then be able to work through those concerns. I've had a blast working on City Council with it, but these changes aren't going to happen overnight. It took 20 years for College Hill to get to where they could be. It's going to continue to take that effort. So I hope you guys will continue to re-elect us and continue to work together, and I hope we get an opportunity to talk later.
Mark Jeffries.
Thank you, sir. Mark Jeffries, I'm running for re-election. 4 years ago, I stepped away from running my business full-time. I own a tech company. I spent, prior to that, 17 years at P&G, so I was never planning to enter public service. This was not my lifelong plan. Went to college, University of Chicago, went to Georgetown Business School, and P&G brought me out here, and it's what caused me to stay here. And 4 years ago, my neighbor, David Mann, said, "We need good people on council. I think you should run." And I ran, and I love waking up every day and serving the city. I am walking all 52 neighborhoods. I haven't made it out here yet. I am 120 miles into it. I will make it out here probably after the election, because it is a long, I walk it contiguously. But my focus is on what I call safer, cleaner, greener, just quality of life issues. I'm endorsed by the FOP, endorsed by FIRE. If you think about what we have done, we have added 2x more recruit classes for police than the previous 4 years. We gave police the largest salary increase in 40 years. Not because we're just nice people, but because we have to pay competitively to recruit and retain police. We've also been focusing on basic public services. You think about the money that we just invested from the railroad. We're getting twice as much from the lease for roads. Just added $15 million for roads. Boy, do we need it, because we have to focus on that. I'm a big advocate for bringing back the litter, and we used to have a litter and graffiti patrol. Big advocate for that. One issue that I did want to note, when we were here a couple months ago, back to listening, we had a session with the parks on the homeless situation here. And as folks know, what did we do? We pushed back a lot of the honeysuckle, and maybe it's not solved, but my understanding is a hell of a lot better than it used to be. And that is partnership. So for the talk of we're not listening, we're not partnering, that was a great example of we're listening. We came out here, the administration, the Parks Department, members of council, we understood what the issue was, and we have solved it. And so look forward to continuing that partnership. I was out here about 2 weeks ago, walking the neighborhood, just meeting folks, and look forward to continuing to have the opportunity to serve on council and partner with the neighborhood to improve quality of life and make it safer, cleaner, greener for folks here in Mt.Washington. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Next up, Evan Nolan.
Thank you. Thank you all for being here tonight. My name is Evan Nolan. I'm the newest member of Cincinnati City Council. I grew up over in Cheviot on the west side, another neighborhood that is well known for its parade. Like we had the opportunity to join you here on the 3rd of July. I went away to school in Philadelphia, and then after graduating worked for IBM as a consultant, first with the Air Force in the Pentagon and then with the Postal Service. After that I went to Georgetown Law School and then worked a legal fellowship in Senator Sherrod Brown's office before moving back home in 2011. And for the last 15 years have been practicing as an attorney representing family-owned businesses in corporate, transactional, and mostly real estate matters. Last fall, I had the opportunity to join the City Council through appointment and have been thrilled with the opportunity. I am proud of the work that this mayor and this council have done in the face of a lot of issues that have been put off for a long time. I know we have a number of former council members that have stepped into the race. This council took an affordable housing trust fund that had $1,200 in it and has put over $100 million into that trust fund. When we think about the issues that face the city of Cincinnati, housing is issue number one. It leads to some of these root cause issues that we see with public safety and in other places. Councilmember Jeffries talked about the investments that we made with the sale of the railroad, an extra $30 million being put into infrastructure improvements. Just last month, I led a program called Pave the Way Innovation Lab to help identify more innovative ways to address our pothole problem. The best way to address potholes is to pave your roads. And for years, this city was not doing their job to pave the roads. With the sale of the railroad, we have been able to put $30 million more a year into those infrastructure improvements. So I'm proud to stand alongside my fellow council members in running to stay into office. The biggest priority for me is housing. I was on the Oakley Community Council for 8 years. during a period of a lot of development and a lot of growth. I understand what those relationships with the city look like. We had to come up with the money and the resources to put into that development, and now we need to make the efforts to improve the process. We hear a lot about the need to listen. I understand that, having served on a community council. I also understand that every day down at Courtroom B in the Justice Center, there are at least as many people as there are in this room facing eviction. And that number is growing. How many? 36. Okay. The number of people facing homelessness is growing. CPS is acquiring a parking lot so that families have somewhere to safely sleep in their cars. It is important that we listen to our communities and we understand the developments that fit into their neighborhood, but we have to do that with the greater good of the city in mind, and I look forward to doing that work. Appreciate your vote. Again, Evan Nolan.
Thank you, Evan. Okay, that's all that I have on my list as far as city council. Talk fast. Anna Albee.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Anna Albee. Good to see you all again. You can find out more about me at albeeforcincinnati.com. My focus is gun violence prevention, food access, and it's good to see you all.
Okay, and I'm told, Aaron, can you talk real fast? Okay. I'm going to hold you to that.
Thanks for having me here tonight. Just quickly, with a charter ticket and a lifelong Cincinnatian, 25 years of real estate experience. Speaking to housing, I want to use my real estate experience to address all issues of housing. www.wineforcincinnati.com. Quick enough?
Thank you. I'm sorry I don't know your name, but I think you're going to tell me, aren't you?
Yeah, sure. I'm going to tell everybody.
Okay.
Hi, thank you. Hi, I'm Eve Bolton, and I'm a board member, Cincinnati School Board member, and I'm here tonight to ask you again to vote in favor of the preschool promise. It's a levy that is on the ballot this November. As you will recall, back in 2016, I believe I was here. You told me all about Sands and Mt.Washington schools, but most particularly I asked that you promise to have preschool. And since that time, we have renewed it once, and we're back to renew it again. We have a member of the Board of Managers for Preschool Promise sitting here at the table, Ms. Hutel, who's running for school board as well, be a great school board member. I have some literature for you. Since 2016, over 12,000 kids have received preschool education. Since 2016, the CPS, with a public and private partnership, providers, and 130 classes at CPS, 12,000 kids not only have received education, but indeed it is based upon subsidizing those opportunities for those kids that would not normally have it. We are proud of what we do. We lead the state. And very frankly, also among the urban districts, we are #1 in early literacy. We are #1 in achievement. And most particularly, too, we have now met state standards in readiness in the district. And some of that is a part of the preschool promise that you made, and I want you to keep like you did just 5 years ago. The only thing new and different, besides meeting state standards in readiness for military, college, and career, the only thing new and different beyond that is that we need you even more now. As you can well imagine, from both the federal government and from the state government, our numbers, our dollars are dwindling, especially for our diverse learners, and there has never been major support for this from the state or the feds for preschool. We are completely dependent upon you. Please keep the promise and don't let the kids down. And thank you so much for all that you do for CPS. Thank you.
Okay, that leaves a couple of school board candidates. Marcia, I'm going to take a stab. Futel? Futel. I tried.
Okay, that's
Good evening, everyone. I'm Marcia Futel, and I'm a candidate for the Cincinnati Public School Board of Education, and I appreciate this opportunity to come and introduce myself to you and ask for your vote on November 4th. So a little bit about me. I am a product of public education. I was educated in Chicago public schools. After I attended the University of Illinois and got my degree in computer science, I moved here to Cincinnati, married my college sweetheart, and now we live in East Walnut Hills where we raised our 3 children. So education is very important to me. I had a very lucrative and prosperous career in corporate America, had some time in nonprofits. My husband and I currently own our own business. We have a financial services business where we help working families meet their financial goals and build generational wealth. But during that time, I've spent 30 years of contributing in the Cincinnati Public School District as a parent and as a community leader. I worked on in several capacities, and Ms. Bolton and I go way back. We actually did work on the preschool promise in 2016. But in addition to that, I've worked in several different committees, strategic and budget committees. I worked on policies and helped develop some that are in place today for community engagement. I've had the opportunity to teach parents how to advocate for their kids in the public schools. And again, I have 3 children who are Cincinnati Public School graduates. They all have their degrees from college. They have successful careers, and I'm working on my 2nd generation of CPS students. I currently serve on the Gamble Montessori Local School Decision-Making Committee where my granddaughter attends. So I am very vested in this district. And I'm running because I believe in public education. I believe that every child should have an opportunity like my kids did. I believe that every child that comes out of CPS needs to be able to do the basics. They need to be able to read, they need to be able to communicate, and they need to be able to make adult-level decisions. Unfortunately, that's not happening in all of our CPS buildings. So I'm running to act for accountability, to have better outcomes academically for all of our children, to tear down those barriers, to level the playing field, to tear down the inequities that are keeping all of our kids from succeeding in school. I'm running to focus on the community. I know, 30 seconds. Community center. Oh, Jesus, okay. Community centered. Making sure, and I love the way that this community has come together for Mt.Washington School. That's a beautiful thing. I love for that to happen for all of our schools. And then finally, transformative leadership that's going to think out the box and make sure our kids are ready for adulthood. So Marcia Futel for school board, cards are on your table with my website, my social media, and I'll ask for your vote. Thank you.
Thank you, Marcia. Next up, you must be Carrie.
Yeah, I am. That's me. Armbruster. You're missing an R there.
Oh.
You're missing an R.
I would have
It's okay. It's okay. Yes, Carrie Armbruster. I am a school board candidate and Mt.Washington resident. Hello, hello, neighbors. My kids go to Sands Montessori. We're big fans of Miss Marcy over there. I also have neighbors and friends at Mt.Washington School, so big supporters of that as well. So I have 3 students in CPS, and I also was outside the polls supporting the preschool promise in 2016 with a 6-week-old strapped to my chest. So been invested in CPS since I moved to Cincinnati a long, long time ago. And we moved to Mt.Washington back in 2017. And we moved here specifically for the schools. We stayed in the city specifically to support the city and be a part of it. We wanted our students to have this experience of being public school students intentionally because we believe in the system. But we also joined CPS in the middle of the pandemic. So my 5th graders started in August of 2020, and it was a very chaotic time to start a school system, any school system. And I was able to watch as the public school system has been under attack from COVID, from legislative attacks, from budget cuts for the last 6 years that I've been involved in the schools. And it's been a very traumatic experience as a parent. And so I have a background in systems change. I was at Kroger for 10 years. And I, in that time, did Zero Hunger, Zero Waste. So I was part of the team that developed that program, and then I went on to implement and run that program for about 5 of my years there. So systems change is very familiar work for me. Engagement and coalition building around major issues is something I'm very, very passionate about. So when I considered running for school board, I took all of that knowledge that I had about the work that it takes to really create massive change in a system. And I said, I think I want to do this in education. And I want to do it because I believe our kids deserve the best. And they deserve leaders that believe in building a vision for the future that offers them the opportunity to define what success looks like for them and give them the tools to achieve it. Instead of giving them the cookie cutter education that everyone is supposed to learn the same things and end up in the same spot, we as a district have a beautiful, diverse community, and we need to embrace that in our education. And we need to allow students to look and learn the way that they want to. And I believe in that wholeheartedly, and that's what I'm hoping to build here in the district through 30 seconds of creativity. So building accountability so that we have leaders that have cultures that are welcoming to families, that we have career tech options for students, and parent engagement.
Thank you. Hot dog, that wraps up my maiden voyage as the Mt.Washington Community Council meeting MC. Margot Selig, our Vice President, will take us home.
I don't know how I can compete with that, MC. But, so we have started a new little segment in Mt.Washington called Get to Know Your Neighbor. So our first Get to Know Your Neighbor is with Lily. Is Lily here? We'll be with Lily next time. So Lily is an arborist, a competitive tree climber, and she's going to talk to us about tree care. So if you or any of your neighbors do anything exciting that you'd like to share with the community, we'd love to have you. Starting with our next Meet Your Neighbor next week. Pumpkin Chuck update. So Pumpkin Chuck going great. The one ask I have for you guys is volunteers. So if you, your kids, anyone you know can volunteer. We need help carrying pumpkins. We need help pouring beer. We need help everywhere. So volunteers. The date is November 1st at noon. So it's the Saturday after Halloween. The Saturday before Election Day. Teddy. Yes, it's always the first Saturday after Halloween, just so you know. But yes, please, anyone who can volunteer, we could really use your help. Teddy, holiday market update?
Yes.
You have 32 seconds.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
One minute, please. Sorry, the Holiday Market is a new event here in Mt.Washington this year. It's going to be held in the parking lot behind the business district. The community-owned free parking lot. There's going to be lots of vendors having stuff to sell. We're going to have beer, maybe some yard games. We're still working out the details because it's a new event this year. It's going to be on November 22nd.
Behind you.
Right there. There's a flyer. I'll have more flyers. We'll be posted on social media and everything. Excuse me. So November 22nd, 4 p.m. in the parking lot. It's going to be a lot of fun. And if anybody's interested in volunteering for that as well, as the Pumpkin Chuck. We need volunteers for everything, so please reach out. My name is Teddy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Teddy. Just another quick update, something to look forward to for our November meeting. We're going to have someone from the DOTE here. Rick, what's the Department of Transportation Engineering? Thank you. I guess I came at the right time. All right, perfect. So there's going to be a rep from DOT here next month. Jesse, are you here? Poor Jesse. All my people are dropping out. Announcements, upcoming events. Oh, now Rick wants to be back on the microphone.
Was a little bit of a rest.
Yeah, I needed a breather. Announcements, upcoming events. You all have seen me up here for, gosh, I think it was 9 years in a row for the drug take-back event that we would always do in October. We are not doing one this October. We are going to wait until spring. We feel like that program really fits in well with spring cleaning. So we're hoping to incorporate drug take-back event, dumpsters, have a truck there that shreds documents for you, have a truck there where you can bring your electronic equipment and dispose of those things. So look for that come March. One thing that we always did in our drug take-back events that's very important is we gave away free Narcan and we gave away free fentanyl test strips. Know that our partners, HealthSource, has a harm reduction vending machine that contains Narcan kits and fentanyl test strips free. Addiction, unfortunately, is still very much part of our lives, our community. It's something I've dedicated a lot of my volunteer time to, so know that that's available. Thanks. Okay. For the good of the order.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
About the DOTE coming? Sure. But they'll be here in November. Yes. Fine. Siebert said last month they were going to come here this month, tonight, to give us information on their plans for the low-income senior housing down on Beachmont Avenue. Does anyone know?
They were going to show us plans.
They were going to show us the plans. Anybody know anything about that?
So I can't speak of anything with Siebert or group.
It says it right here in the last month's thing, they'd be.
Sure, I mean, if that's what Siebert says, that's something we have to take up with them directly. But DOTE will be here at this meeting next month. We're arranging it.
How does that help us? What do you hope to?
Also, in the CDC update, they mentioned their website. I think it was Mt.Washington.cdc.net, where any project that they're going to be involved with, they're going to have updates. I believe that's what they said. MWCDC, thank you. I think that's what they said in their update. So check their website. There might be more information on there.
They said they were going to have it out tonight, so.
Actually, Rick, maybe I can turn to DOT for just 1 second, tell people what's going on.
Okay. How do we get Siebert on the agenda for them to share, which they never share?
Yeah, I'm not sure how to tell you that. I mean, we have been asking them to come to the meetings before this meeting, right? But I know you have an attorney, and I'd probably be working through the attorney for that. I will tell you that the DOTE representative that I'm trying to get to come to November's meeting, the city has already agreed to sell Siebert some right-of-way. Yep, at 5455 Beachmont. The city's agreed to do that, and so that's allowing Siebert to do their plan closer to the street. So I want you to know that has happened. So I'd like someone to explain that to... No, okay, well, just so you know this is what the DOTE person told me, and that is that that decision was made. That does not mean that the project has gone forward. It hasn't gotten to the state where, you know, how the Metropolitan Sewer District has to weigh in and DOTE weighs in. All those things happen once the plans are put together. And I know Siebert did say that they would have those drawings in October and that they would come back, but they are not here. So they've been asked to share those as soon as they have those. But I would have your attorney contact them to see what they have to share with you. But that's why we're asking DOTE to come here next month and engage with the community about that.
I guess part of our issue too is that
This was all presented as a partnership with Mt.Washington CDC through the Quick Strike grant, but yet nobody has any information for us. And
Yeah, for the quick strike.
so the partnership is really I'm not sure how that partnership,
The CDC has been asked to attend the last 2 meetings and we have no response.
Right.
So I can tell you that.
thank you.
Fill you in. Okay.
Okay, anything else for the good of the order?
So I just was wondering, what was that website where we can check with all the projects happening?
I think it was mwcdc.net is what that gentleman said. If it's wrong, don't blame him.
Got it? Anything else?
Maybe just good of the order. Thank you for all the candidates coming out. Yes, thank you so much. Good luck, everybody. Yes, thank you.
Please.
I hope you're listening to this, because this is the stuff we need the city council to pay attention to. This is where the rubber hits the road.
Okay, is there anything else for the good of the order? Wow, is that it? I need a motion to adjourn, which I have from Margot. Everybody, thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you. Good luck.
Proud East Sider, so I love this kind of stuff.
Good job keeping things moving.
Oh, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, you did a fine job. Get it in front of 8 o'clock. That's. I'll tell you what.
A good meeting is a short meeting.
I'm with you. I've been to a lot of these things. I'm active. I'm on our committee council, and I'll tell you what.
Sometimes things can drag.
Oh yeah. You're an excellent MC.
Oh, well, thank you.